First of all, huge thanks for putting up with my lack of videos in the last few days. I can't remember last time I was that sick. Man flu, old-fashioned man flu, if you ask me. But my God, did it knock the crap out of me. Anyway, listen, thanks a million, guys. Really appreciate it. And I said throughout the winter, I will be making up for it tenfold because I'll be bored, I'll be at home and I go, oh, I must show the guys a video. So that's what I'm going to be doing. There'll be plenty of cooking. I'm going to show you now how to make an amazing, the most simple, the most basic, kind of like a citrus beurre blanc sauce. It's a kind of a fancy name for a cream and either lemon or lime or whatever kind of sauce that's amazing with fish and amazing with chicken. I'm actually doing it for a fish dish later on tonight for my beloved wife. So I'm going to do it now, get it all done, prepared in advance. And I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So it's really, really simple. And again, this is the most basic because I want to show you basic videos, and then, sorry, back up to me. And then we just kind of improve and elaborate as time. It's the concept, it's the kind of techniques that I'm showing you at the start. And when they get more complicated, I'll say, remember that beurre blanc sauce we made back at the very beginning? This is the next level of it. That's where and we'll save time. We don't need to go through it all again because they'll be there in the vault. Anyway, I have a pan, down to my pan. I have a pan and I'm going to put in a decent size knob of butter, okay? What I'm gonna basically do here is I am making, see that? I'm gonna shallot, 2 fine shallots. I'm kind of making a base of my sauce, then I'm gonna sieve the contents out of it, and then I'm gonna reduce it, bubbly, and add in loads of cream. It's that simple. So get that out of my way there now. Pan on nice and hot. So shallots, don't worry about how fine you cut these, because it doesn't matter. We're straining all this. So I'm putting in 2 shallots, okay? If you had very big ones, just put 1. Doesn't matter. Even if you have 3 left and you want to use them up, use 3. It doesn't matter, okay? So we're just going to extract all the flavor out of this. And as I said, this is the most basic of recipes that we can elaborate on as time goes on. So when you go to college and cooking school, this is the kind of stuff you learn, and then you kind of take it to the next level because we can add prawns into it, we can flambe it with brandy to give it a different flavor, we can add mushrooms into it, we can add so much more. I have 4 cloves of garlic, okay, that's what I had. If I had 6, I'd have used 6. If I had 2, I'd have used 2. Again, it's all about just extracting the flavor. Don't buy fancy, that other Irish chefs are telling you to buy garlic graters. Don't waste your money on crap. Use the back of your knife, buy yourself good quality knives, good quality pots and pans, and more importantly, good quality ingredients. As you can tell, I'm still not 100%, but I am definitely 1,000% better than where I was 10 days ago. So there we are, 4 cloves of garlic. You see all that? I'm just dicing it away. And in we go. So now what we want to do is we want to sweat that out. Fancy name, what does that mean? So I don't want to burn, so I'm turning down my heat. I don't want to burn the onions or the garlic. I just want to sweat. So basically really soften it. And that will take maybe, say, a minute or 2. Meanwhile, I shall talk to you and explain to you why we're doing this process. Excuse me. So, by sweating the onions and the garlic, we are bringing out, you see, that's actually a nice effect, all the steam and smoke coming up through me while I'm talking. We are bringing out the natural caramelization out of the shallots, out of the garlic, and it's simple. I know you think I'm mad, but it's simple little things like that, that's like that flavor. Why can't I recreate the restaurant flavor? It's because this is what we do. It's simple little things like this. You kind of just at home, that looks cooked. Okay, I'll throw in my next phase and I'll do my next thing, whatever. No, it just takes a little extra second, a little minute. Now, if I was in the restaurant or if I was doing a very fancy dinner party at home, I'd be making all my own stocks and I'd be doing everything. But this is a quick dish that we're going to do literally 5-6 minutes. I'm talking crap for at least 5 or 6 of them already. But this is like a quick dish that we're doing because I just want to cook a lovely little sauce for dinner tonight. So that's why, no hassle. Look, so I've done that pretty much there now long enough. See the way that's all kind of sweating out? You get this beautiful smell of onions and garlic. And I have a chicken, no, that's actually a vegetable stock cube, a veg stock cube, and I'm only just going to put in, because I'm only making a small sauce, a small amount of sauce just for maybe myself and Elaine, but so I'm going to put in maybe about half, see that? About half the cube. Just break it all up into it. So that saves me making the stock at home. As I said, in the restaurant, or when I like to entertain at home, I make all my own stocks and everything from scratch. The difference in flavor is literally chalk and cheese. But this again, as I said, is a very simple recipe. So we're dissolving that vegetable stock into our onions. And so, now, back up to me. I'm going to close my window here because I have the window open and I can feel the draft coming in. So, where am I going? We've sweated off the onions and garlic. I'm keeping this kind of video nice and real because there will be a lot of editing when I get to the kind of, you don't need to see the whole sauce reduce. What have I got? The onions, the garlic, the chicken stock cube. Haven't seasoned anything yet at all, okay? And now I'm gonna add in the wine. How much wine? Well, the $1 million question. Here is what I'm doing. I have an old, there's about maybe a glass and a half of that, Pinot Grigio, doesn't matter, white wine. I always say, use wine in cooking that you drink. Do not put in crap into it. Okay, so I'm gonna pour all that in, and now, like, don't be looking for a huge sizzly, because it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna turn up my heat full blast, because what I want to do is I want to reduce that by about maybe a half. So that was about a glass and a half of wine. I have 2 glasses left poured in. I have 1 glass left. That's okay. Just pour in 1 glass and top it up with a little bit of water. Okay, but put the water in after the wine is reduced. What does that mean? We're concentrating the flavor of the wine so you get that really lovely strong flavor burst out of it. I'm gonna bring that up to boil. I'm gonna show you simmery. When it's reduced by half, we'll take it to the next step. Look at this, bubbly. It'll take about a minute or so. And that is just concentrating, simmering away, and more importantly, reducing by about half. And then we take it to the next step, which would be basically just sieving it into a little pot. Simple. So, didn't take very long. And it's pretty much reduced by half. A little bit, maybe reduced by about a third. That's fine, it's grand, because it's the next process, the next part, that is the real importance of when we reduce it again with our cream, because that's basically what we're doing. So watch, I shall bring this over and we shall swap. So watch carefully what I'm doing. Can we see everything? We can see everything, yes. So, very simple. Take off your pan and replace it with a small pot. Comme ça, like that. Be careful and take it and put it through a little sieve, strain, whatever. And take your time and get it all in like so. Beautiful. So I'm gonna just basically scrape out all the bits of onions. You can, of course, leave in your shallots and garlic and everything, and just makes a different kind of texture of your sauce. Get that out of the way, and as you know me, guys, keep everything nice and clean, so give myself a little quick wipe here. You can, of course, leave the garlic and onions in, but I like to strain it for just a little bit of finesse, as a fella would say. So I'm just squeezing it down, getting all the last bit of flavor, and you'll note I haven't seasoned anything yet, because that's coming to the next stage. Beautiful! Everything done, everything out. You see this now, you can hear it. It's bubbling away, okay? Which is absolutely perfect. It's not gonna taste so much, but I want you to taste it anyway. Be careful, it's hot, so just be careful. Beautiful. So what I'm getting out of that now is I'm getting out the concentrated flavor of wine, and obviously the extract that's come out of my garlic and my onions, which is exactly what I want. So I've now got the basis of my Beurre Blanc sauce. This is a cheat's guide to Beurre Blanc sauce, by the way. So now we're gonna make it a citrusy Beurre Blanc sauce. I have 2 limes. I'm going to use one of them to start off, because lovely Irish limes, you never know. They're not Irish limes, that's a load of crap. But Irish limes that you buy in an Irish shop. So limes that you buy in a shop, not actually Irish limes. Squeeze it, you never know how much juice you're getting out of it. So I want enough. This one's actually not too bad. So that's my half a lime. I can tell I'm only going to need 1 lime. I want this quite tart. I want it very citrusy, so that when you're tasting it, you know exactly what you're getting going. Yes, that is a beautiful citrus Beurre Blanc sauce. So obviously the bubbles have stopped because I put in. I'm gonna season it now at this stage. Pinch of salt, maybe not a little pinch of salt. And I'll readjust it if I need to when our sauce is complete. A little bit of cracked black pepper, good 2 twists. And as I said, this is the most basics of sauces. And now, oh, excuse me, what? Now, can you see into that? You can't see the way it's all bubbling. That's fine. It's still reducing away. It's still concentrating. And now, for all you health fanatics and health freaks, I'm going to put in about, we'll see, about 200 mils of cream. Fresh cream, double cream, pouring cream, whatever cream you want. This is just a normal fresh cream. And obviously the bubble stops straight away because this cools it right down. Like so. Actually, I'm lying. That is about 150 grams of cream for me after reducing about, say, 150, 200 mils of our white wine, just in case, because I know you, but don't worry about it. If I had more cream in that, I'd just reduce it a little bit longer. If I had more wine in there, I'd just reduce it a little bit longer. So don't get caught up on measurements. I keep telling you. Baking is a science. Okay, that's what you got to use specific measurements for baking a cake and flour and blah 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 and all that kind of stuff. Not actually, I don't always adhere to that rule myself, but baking is a science. Cooking is a passion. Remember that. So don't get caught up on measurements for sauces and dishes when you're just cooking. Use your eye, use your head, and use what you already know. Okay, really, really important. So here's what we're going to do. That's going to come up to a boil. As soon as it does, I'm going to reduce it down to a very simple simmer. Say down number 2 on the hob that goes up to 6. And I simmer it until it is thickened up. It's as simple as that. So I'll come back to you in a few seconds. Now you see the way that's coming up, boiling really, really vigorously. So now I just drop the temperature down to number 2. That'll settle down in a second or two. And then we just get a real gentle simmer until the cream and the wine and everything has thickened up. It's that simple. No magic tricks. I'll come back to you when we're ready. And that's exactly what I mean by a gentle simmer. That'll even calm down another bit when the hob cools down a little bit. And you basically simmer it until it's thickened. It's that simple. There's no exact science to it, magic to it. It all depends on how much cream and wine and everything you've put into it. So that is our gentle simmer until it has thickened. It'll take probably anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. So don't worry, just relax. Have a glass of wine and watch it in action. We're about maybe 8-10 minutes in, and you can see how much it's reduced already and thickening up. That is my gentle simmer. Now I put in a spoon here, and you can see still way too liquidy. So we just be patient and just wait another few minutes. When it's good to go, I will do what's known as Monte au beurre, which is thicken it with butter at the very end. But for now, be patient, another 5 or 6 minutes. The amount of people that tell me, you make it look so easy. I don't. It's all the other people that complicate it. Cooking is simple. Follow the simple techniques, the simple steps. That's what I'm trying to show you here on this page. Like, just don't complicate nothing. That's what makes it easy, okay? Only an idiot can complicate a situation, as they say. So just don't complicate anything. And cooking is that simple. Very, 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 very basic, but great advice. Look at my sauce now, and your sauce will be like this too. Can you see the way it has thickened up beautifully? I've done nothing to it. You must have done something. There was editing it. I did nothing. The reason why I know I do nothing is because when you cook this at home, the exact same thing will happen to you. Just be patient. If it hasn't thickened, if it hasn't kind of gone as thick as you'd like it, just wait. Just wait another minute. It might take another 2 or 3 minutes. All depends on the quantity of liquid that you put into it. But the basic and most important rules are: sweat off your garlic and onions, add in your white wine, irrelevant of the amount, reduce it by half, then add in your cream to thicken it, and let it come up to a rapid boil, and then simmer gently until it has gotten to this stage. Look, I take a spoon. This is how we know. So we can see, first of all, that it is thickened perfectly. And when you take it off, go like that, and you see the line in the middle of the spoon. That means your sauce is perfect. Taste it. Look at that. Beautiful. And adjust your seasoning accordingly. And you might turn around and say, that's not very lemony or citrusy or whatever. Add in a little bit more lemon juice or lime juice now at the moment. That's no problems at all. You go, oh God, it's a bit too strong. A little bit more cream will soften it down. But no, for next time, I'll put a little bit less lime juice. I want this quite tart. I want this sharp and citrusy because of the dish I'm going to do after to show you how to do it. It's a kind of a Mediterranean potato dish with a lovely piece of halibut on top, and I want to show you how that citrusness will cut through the potatoes and the olives and stuff that I'm doing with it. That's why I'm making this nice and sharp. If it was just plain fish, I'd probably put maybe half the lime juice into it. So that's the beauty of cooking, okay? Anyway, let's get down here to the pot, and I show you this does not take much, but we're already done. I'm actually going to put a tiny pinch more salt into that. And I mean, for me, that is a tiny, tiny piece. And we stir up. Beautiful. I'm not going to do a picture at the end of this because it's not really that kind of dish where I'm going to show you how to make the sauce, but look at that. Absolute beautiful. Monte au beurre. What the hell is he on about? It's a classic French technique. 2 or 3 knobs of cold butter. And by the way, guys, I'm going to put another little piece of butter in. Look at that, not much. Use proper butter when you're cooking. Don't use any of that shite. Spreadable, non-spreadable, can't believe it's not buttery shite. That's because it's not butter. Don't use any of that muck. Proper butter, okay? Because if you put that muck into your sauce, it's going to split everything. Monte au beurre, give it a nice little whisk until that butter has melted. It's a classic French technique that gives you, not only thickens up the sauce just that little bit more, but it gives it what's known as a beautiful sheen. Or as we'd say down in Timbuktu, we would say a lovely shine on your sauce. So you can see how that's beautiful shine. That's basically the fat in the butter. And again, that's your simple little difference as to why our restaurant sauce is so much nicer than my sauce. This is the basic citrus Beurre Blanc sauce. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm keeping that now. It's AM right now at the moment while I'm filming this, and I'll be cooking PM for my beloved wife's dinner. So that will go cool, and I bring it up so you can make this in advance when you're cooking at home. That's the whole point of it. Make it, leave it on the countertop, goes cold, it'll solidify, it'll go that little bit thick and solid. Bring it up very slowly. Whisk it, because it might split on you when you start heating it up slowly. Whisk the hell out of it and drop another little bit of cream, just a little kind of mouthful of cream into it, and that brings your sauce back straight away. So that is, look at this, it's absolutely beautiful. Sometimes I actually amaze myself how good I am. That is your most basic of basic citrus Beurre Blanc sauce, and later on I'm going to be showing you the dish I'm putting this all to. So why am I taking so long on the dish? Why am I taking so much time to show you how to do this? Because when we do a cooking dish, I'll say, here's the citrus Beurre Blanc sauce, guys. Go back through the vault, see how it's made, so we get stuff done nice and quick. But it's the technique, it's the concept. That's what I'm trying to teach you. Anyway, citrus Beurre Blanc sauce, beautiful. How do I know? That's absolutely gorgeous. You'll see, because you'll make it, I know.